The Badgers will finally return home to the Kohl Center for 3 games after a 2-game road swing this past week at Maryland. And then Thursday night, the Badgers defeated Illinois for the 13th consecutive time. Big night for Ethan Happ, among others, as the Badgers snap a losing streak and extend their winning streak in the series against Illinois. We'll hear from some of the players after the game on Thursday. We'll go down memory lane a bit with Gard coming up, alumni weekend, including the 2008 Big Ten championship team. As many as possible will be back in Madison. And we'll also check in with a familiar voice. You hear him throughout the calendar year. A good friend of ours as well, Brian Anderson. And our weekly sit down with head coach Gard. All coming up on today's installment of the Badgers Sports Report.
So 1 on the shot clock. Davison baseline right will inbound. Looking. Nothing inside. Now he'll lob it inside to Happ. Pushed it up and in with the right hand. Going glass. Looked like nothing was available, and then it was available. Davison to Happ, and it's 6-2 Wisconsin. Davison really being crowded by Lucas. Red picked up the dribble, throws to Happ, low on the left, runs it out to Ford. Good look at a 3 on the left side, splashed it. A lean Ford. Last couple of games was 8 of 11 from downtown. 10-7 Wisconsin. Iverson looking, finds a cutting Ethan Happ to the rim, slam dunk with the right hand.
Nichols lost him again.
He did. That's 8 points early for Happ. 12-10 Wisconsin. Pass for Reavers. Rotates to Ford. Bounce pass to Davison. Left block. Slipped it into Iverson. Low on the right. Trying to pump fake inside. They work at the Davison. Open 3. Left angle is good. First hit from distance. First points for Davison. Davison through the center circle. Making them work. Inside lob into Happ. Low on the right. Layup good. Nice feed inside of the Happ again. Gets loose. Tied at 24. Iverson drifts to his left. Bounces it into Happ. Left of the lane against Nichols. Ethan turns. Goes up too strong. No good. Rebound to Iverson. Out to Reavers. Open 3 and he bags it. Nate Reavers from distance. 27-24 Wisconsin. Feeds Illicanen in left corner. Covered up by Trent Frazier. Inside feed. Happ will catch. Off the left block. Back out to Illicanen. Tries a 3. Good. Alex Illicanen from distance. 32-27 Wisconsin. 2:45 left in the first half. Khalil high on the right. About 4 minutes gone. Second half. 40-39 Wisconsin. Pritzel goes into Happ, turns low on the left, and he sends it down with a right hand. Sweet move inside by Happ, who now has 20 points, and the Badgers lead 42-39. Illinois stays in the zone. At the point of it is Aaron Jordan. With the ball is Davison, feeds Pritzel for 3, left side, got it! Brevin Pritzel from distance. And it's 47-44 Wisconsin with 12:45 remaining. Black defending, Illinois showing a straight-up defense. Inbounds pass to Pritzel. Oh, leaves it for Reavers. Low on the left, slam dunk. Nice feed, Pritzel, and Reavers does the rest. 49-46 Wisconsin. Illinois now straight up defensively. Happ at the top, finds a back-cutting Davison. Low on the left, goes up, got it. It counts and a foul. Nice pass, Happ finding Davison. It's an and 1 for Brad. To Davison high on the left. Shot clock is at 8. Happ left lane line. Backing out to Davison. Left corner 3. Good. Brad Davison from the left pocket. And it's 63-54 Wisconsin. Start the offense for the Badgers. Goes into Happ. Low on the right. Darts to Pritzel. Open 3. Left side. He hit it. Second hit from beyond the arc for Brevin Pritzel. 66-56 Wisconsin. 20 on the shot clock. 2:50 on the game clock. Badgers up by 4. Happ high on the right. Ethan on the dribble. Right of the lane. Cuts into the paint. Darts a pass. Pritzel for 3. Left corner. Good again. Oh, Brevin Pritzel has returned. 71-64 Wisconsin with 2.5 minutes remaining. This is Wisconsin basketball. Stolen by Ethan Happ. Happ to the rim, and he hammers it down with the right hand. He'll drive to the goal and hammers it down. New York City, the Badgers are coming your way. This is left open, snaps off the 3 and drills it. Out the 4 for 3, left of the circle, tie game.
The Badger Sports Report is brought to you by Hy-Vee. Where there's a helpful smile in every aisle, Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers.
How do you show up?
Let's
Do you just bring it? Or do you bring it all?
Lucas, you gotta go.
Third row like a pro. Step up to GMC with 15% below MSRP on the most popular 2018 Acadia models. That's over $7,600 below MSRP on this all-wheel drive Acadia Denali. We are professional grade. GMC.
This is what collaboration looks like. This is what happens when a cardiologist in Appleton works step in step with specialists at UW Health in Madison. You see, when Terry's condition required a second opinion, his doctor turned to the cardiothoracic team at UW Health. Together, we made sure Terry got the care and the heart transplant he needed. Powerful minds, compassionate care, amazing results. UW Health, remarkable.
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There's no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
Family road trips just got a whole lot easier. The 2018 Nissan Rogue. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring technologies like available ProPilot Assist, which helps keep an eye on the road ahead and helps you stay centered while you're turning this lane into memory lane. Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
I mean, I wouldn't say I lost confidence in my shot. I didn't think about my shot that way. You know, it's kind of like, oh, I have to take this one. Whereas now I felt a lot more consistent with my mechanics. Felt like I can make this one. You know, had a good week of practice playing hard, and that makes it a lot easier when it comes game time.
Kind of a little bounce back game. Played really well. Yes, he hit some timely shots, hit some big free throws, but his energy, you know, he put his face on the ball. He got to some loose balls that were huge for us, and those are the little things that coach has been preaching. So that was huge for a lot of the guys on our team. Hopefully we turned the corner, and now we can start rolling.
I had 5 boards in the first half or whatever it was. I was just trying to make the hustle play, box out, clean it up, you know, things like that, and then you try to find your niche somewhere, and then hope everything else falls in place. Which, you know, I got free throws in the first half off a rebound, and didn't have to worry about making a shot in the second half. You know, I was already in a rhythm, playing hard, and was just able to knock them down when it mattered.
It's been a while. We've had a sad locker room after games, and in between games, it's just we have that sour taste in our mouth. And I'll tell you what, it's a lot more fun going to that locker room. Happy coaching staff, happy team. It's going to be a happy couple days, and we're looking forward to Michigan now, another opportunity.
Like you said, we've taken a couple L's lately, and it's just nice to have a happy locker room after a game. And, it's good momentum for the next game too. We've been in so many games and lost some tough ones, and this wasn't an easy win by any means. They were down. It was down to the wire, and we had some guys make some big shots, and you know, it's really happy to see those guys do well.
He was balling, and you know, that's something that he can do. He's one of the best players in this league, and we look to him. He was super aggressive tonight, really finished well around the rim, and he also made really good decisions kicking it out. We had a lot of open threes for him. Just he draws so much attention, so he was huge for us.
I thought Ethan did a really good job. Obviously 8 assists, 3 turnovers against that type of pressure, and the facilitating he did and the playmaking. You know, he's a pretty complete player, so it's very unselfish of him to find guys, and obviously teammates did a good job of finding him at right opportune times, but also other guys knocking down shots when we needed them.
It's a credit to my teammates for getting me the ball in the right spots. You know, we tried to use their pressure against them and cutting and things like that, but I cut, my teammates found me the ball, but once I saw a couple go in, it was a good feeling.
This is Lexi Rush. She's 10, and she's amazing. You see, Lexi was born deaf and couldn't hear anything. That was until her doctor in Appleton referred her to the pediatric specialist at UW Health in Madison. Now, 2 operations later, Lexi can hear everything. Powerful minds, compassionate care, amazing results. UW Health, remarkable.
Happ, right of the lane, goes up, right hand, good. Ethan Happ flips it in. Davison, baseline left, inbound lob to Happ. He'll catch in the lane and score. That's twice where the Badgers have gotten a quick hitter.
Finally back home for the Badgers. They will play 3 straight games now at the Kohl Center beginning on Sunday afternoon, a noon tip against Michigan this past week. A couple of more games at Maryland on Sunday. And then Thursday night, late game, the 8 o'clock tip Central Time against Illinois and Champaign. And Greg, you look at a box score and you see the numbers that Ethan Happ put up, and they were terrific. But I think we mentioned after the end, this seemed to be the definition of a team win. You got help from a variety of sources, guys coming off the bench. It was a pretty good night, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did. We really had to have all hands on deck, so to speak, because of the pressure we were going to face for the 40 minutes. We don't have as many primary ball handlers as we typically have, so we had to find a way to mix and match. And I thought all the guys, obviously, that we had guys that played bigger minutes off the bench, and Brevin Pritzel, but all the way down to just a handful of minutes there at the end as we were trying to slow their transition opportunities with Aaron Maish and Brevin Pritzel kind of rotating back and forth. I thought everybody who stepped up or stepped into that game really helped us.
Yeah, you mentioned not having really the true point guard, a ton of ball handlers, and yet an Illinois team that makes a living off of turning people over. In the 2 games, what was it, 12 here and then only 10 down there? That's pretty good work.
I think it's probably the fewest of any team they played all year. Obviously, I've seen, I think, all their Big Ten games, and a lot of teams have gone in, all the teams have gone in there and turned it over quite a bit, and that obviously fuels what they do in transition, gives them more opportunities. So really good job on our part and our guys' part of taking care of the basketball.
I would imagine from your eyes as a coach, it had to be really pleasing to see a guy like Brevin Pritzel. So many times in basketball, if you make shots, it leads to other things. With Brevin, it seemed like the reverse. Rebounds, making some plays on defense, then the shots started.
Right, and that's what we've always talked about, specifically with younger guys. They get caught up in the glamour of scoring, and sometimes they need to get out of a rut by doing other things. And I thought he got on the floor for a loose ball in the first half, got a couple rebounds, got to the free throw line on a rebound foul. So he was able to go to the free throw line, see the ball go in, and then we get to the second half. He had done some of the little things that maybe don't show up in a box score or get talked about in the next day's articles, but they were important winning plays for us. But it also helped him get into the flow of the game and mentally get his feet into it and understand how he can contribute. And then the ball goes in when you do have an opportunity to shoot it.
I'm sure fans wonder in games where if somebody has a few DNPs, did not play, and then all of a sudden comes in, how much of that is gut on your part and how much of it you kind of know going in. I'm thinking specifically of an Andy Van Vliet, Alex Ilikanen getting some minutes. Going in, did you figure that could be the case?
Yeah, typically with Alex. Alex has been our best post defender off the bench in that regard in terms of positioning, feed. He understands concepts, angles, those type of things. So knowing we're going to have to give Nate a break, knowing we're going to have to give Ethan a break. And I thought with Andy, we can mix and match a little bit based on Illinois' lineup when we could get him in to do some of those things. And I thought they all did a really good job of, again, we had to, because of the pressure, because of have to have everybody help bring the ball up, we were going to constantly either have to come up the floor and screen, help transport the ball up the floor. That takes a toll. Having coach pressing teams, I understand the philosophy behind it. Even though you don't get a turnover, it's a wearing, eroding effect on the fatigue factor. So we had to make sure we try to keep guys fresh as much as possible and pick and choose spots around media timeouts where we can get an extra rest out of the guys that were coming off the bench.
Well, as I mentioned, finally back home now for the time being, 3 straight home games, Michigan coming in on Sunday. There's some fun events to go along with the games themselves. Obviously, Frank Kaminsky next week. We'll talk more about that next week. But Alumni Weekend coming up this weekend, and specifically the 10-year anniversary of the Big Ten champions of the 07-08 season. But getting all the alums here, as many as possible, that's really important to you, isn't it?
Absolutely. I thought that from day one, that I really wanted to open the doors to everybody, regardless of who you played for, which coaching regime you're under, what age you are. You're welcome back at any point in time. We've had several back at practice during the year. They pop in when they come through Madison or here for a football weekend or things like that in the fall. But to have an alumni day, and then obviously we have a fall golf outing every year and some other events throughout the season for our alumni. But the doors are always open, and it's great to have all of them coming back this weekend, and specifically, obviously, the 10-year anniversary of that 2018.
That was a heck of a team. You know, back-to-back years, those were 30-plus win teams, the 07 team and then the 08. The thing that always struck me about those teams, Greg, and the 08 team was certainly in that group, the scoring balance. You know, you had Brian Butch at the top, and then I think 6th in the points per game was Joe Krabenhoft.
Right.
and there wasn't a whole lot of point separation. I mean, you just had a lot of guys who could hurt the opposition.
A lot of balance, a lot of experience. I think 3 seniors on that team. You know, the little skinny freshman coming off the bench as the 8th or 9th man was John Lure.
How about that?
Ended up having a pretty good career. But Joe actually reminded me that team played 21 Big Ten games, 18 regular season, and then 3 Big Ten tournament games. Only gave up 70 points once. And that was obviously they relied on their defense. They trusted their defense. Something that as this group gets older, hopefully they can kind of fall into that same regard, because that's obviously an important staple for us here. We got to be really good on the defensive end. We have been at times this year, but I think as we get more mature, which that group was, that'll help with our maturity defensively.
There's so many moments we could go down memory lane of when you cut down the nets, but I think early, or is in the non-conference season, a game at Texas, Trayvon Hughes turns his ankle badly the night before in practice, and then old Michael Flowers, man, at crunch time. That was just. It was an emotional win for a game in December, wasn't it?
It was, because we knew, again, facing Texas's guards that year, we were going to have some ball handling, and here we have a guy go down the night before. So Mike did a great job of running the point. I mean, talk about an all-hands-on-deck win. That was one where we got a lot of contributions, and obviously the 2 plays at the end with Mike hitting the 3, and then obviously stealing the inbounds pass and throwing it up in the air and let the clock expire, and it was a happy flight back to Madison.
It certainly was. There were a lot of those that year. The Badgers, of course, the regular season champs, the Big Ten tournament champs, and went on to advance to the Sweet 16 that season. Coach Gard returns with this week's Great Day and Great Question of the Week. Another memory lane flair with a familiar face coming back to campus. We'll have more on that as we continue right after this.
At Hy-Vee Market Grill, you'll find something for everyone. Steaks grilled to perfection, delicious pasta, wood oven flatbread pizzas, and the burgers are the best in town. Plus, you've got to try our delicious Sunday brunch. And Hy-Vee Market Grills are next to Hy-Vee stores, so it's not like we're gonna run out of food. It's good food, good times, and we love to see people smile. So get on into Hy-Vee Market Grill today.
Welcome back, Grandma. Wow.
I did a lot of shopping in Italy, and I met a nice man.
Ciao, Gino.
Gino.
Da Italia.
He's Italian.
Vieni qua.
Buick now has an SUV for that. The Buick Envision. One of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick. Get 18% below MSRP on every remaining 2017 Envision Essence and Premium model. That's over $7,500 on this Buick Envision Essence.
Most people don't know that UW Health and the University of Wisconsin are national leaders in the field of kidney transplant. They provide new life for those who will likely die without a transplant, and they assure a normal life for those who donate. I would know. I donated a kidney, and together, we saved a life.
UW Health. Remarkable.
How do you show up?
Let's go.
Do you just bring it? Or do you bring it all?
Lucas, you gotta go.
Third row like a pro. Step up to GMC with 15% below MSRP on the most popular 2018 Acadia models. That's over $7,600 below MSRP on this all-wheel drive Acadia Denali. We are professional grade. GMC.
Half as the clock ticks, drops it in with 2 on the game clock, and it runs out 2-2. Corey deals, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Another fastball from Knebel.
Wisconsin sports teams have some of the best play-by-play guys in the business, from Wayne Larrivee to Ted Davis to Matt LePay to the most recent winner of Sportscaster of the Year in the state, Brian Anderson.
Anytime you can wrestle that away from the great Matt LePay, I think that's a significant honor. But, I think for us, when we don't do it for awards, it's more importantly, it means I'm a Wisconsinite. So growing up in Texas and to finally be considered somebody from Wisconsin, to be actually voted for that award because your fellow broadcasters and sports writers in Wisconsin vote for that award. So that, because you're being evaluated by your peers, that probably means more to me than the actual trophy. But it's a nice honor, and I'm certainly happy to have it. And want to represent Wisconsin well wherever I go.
BA, as he's affectionately known, has done his fair share of Badger basketball games on TV.
I love working here at the Kohl Center because it gives me a chance to be close to home, 60 miles. So I can be back, sleep in my own bed, but it's also one of my favorite arenas. I love the setup of the arena, the table, the people who work here are great. And so for me, this is always an easy place for me to work and always a fun place to work. Unfortunately, the season is not going as Badger fans would like it. So they'll get themselves back together in years to come, but always one of my favorite places to come.
Phillips on the first pitch, a high drive into right center, and this ball is gone. Brett Phillips with a home run.
Anderson, who's most known as the TV voice of the Milwaukee Brewers, also calls some NFL, NBA, and NCAA tournament games. He also worked at the Golf Channel from 2003 to 2006, so asking him to pick his favorite sport is a bit like asking a parent to pick their favorite kid.
My favorite sport is whatever sport I'm doing, so you invest in it and you're all in. That's not the politically correct answer. It's just what I mean it. I played all the sports growing up. I played all the sports I call, I should say. And so I really do enjoy getting to be involved in the sports at this level now. So basketball, football, baseball, golf, those are all sports I enjoy being around. And I do enjoy basketball a great deal. It's a much quicker paced game. It's a lot of fun. Baseball is my comfort zone. It's where I feel most comfortable. It's where I feel like I'm most in my zone, in my wheelhouse, because I grew up playing it. So, but honestly, whatever sport I'm calling is the one I want to do. That's the one I like the best.
For the Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard, I'm Ryan Wing.
Family road trips just got a whole lot easier. The 2018 Nissan Rogue. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring technologies like available ProPilot Assist, which helps keep an eye on the road ahead and helps you stay centered while you're turning this lane into memory lane. Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
At Hy-Vee Market Grill, you'll find something for everyone. Steaks grilled to perfection, delicious pasta, wood oven flatbread pizzas, and the burgers are the best in town. Plus, you've got to try our delicious Sunday brunch. And Hy-Vee Market Grills are next to Hy-Vee stores, so it's not like we're gonna run out of food. It's good food, good times, and we love to see people smile. So get on into Hy-Vee Market Grill today.
Welcome back, Grandma. Wow.
I did a lot of shopping in Italy, and I met a nice man.
Ciao, Gino.
Gino.
Da Italia.
He's Italian.
Vieni qua.
Buick now has an SUV for that. The Buick Envision. One of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick. Get 18% below MSRP on every remaining 2017 Envision Essence and Premium model. That's over $7,500 on this Buick Envision Essence.
This is what collaboration looks like. This is what happens when a cardiologist in Appleton works step in step with specialists at UW-Health in Madison. You see, when Terry's condition required a second opinion, his doctor turned to the cardiothoracic team at UW-Health. Together, we made sure Terry got the care and the heart transplant he needed. Powerful minds, compassionate care, amazing results. UW-Health, remarkable.
The Badger Sports Report is brought to you by UW-Health. UW-Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Time for this week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week. Jim in Janesville catching in. And Jim wants to know, Coach, your thoughts on Lando Tucker, the all-time leading scorer, coming back to help the athletes. He's going to be the Director of Student-Athlete Engagement. That's a pretty good fit.
It is. And Jim, thanks for your question. But yeah, it's I know when that was in discussion of that position and Orlando's name was floated around, I know I voted for him. I mean, he's obviously what he did as a player is one thing, but watch his maturation from a freshman to a senior, and then what he did in his pro career, and then how he's evolved as a leader in his foundation and father and all kinds of things, husband. It's a great role model for our student athletes, not only men's basketball, but across campus. It's going to be an unbelievable contribution that he'll be able to make to help young people.
Yeah, it really is. You know, Lamar Soup Campbell had that role. He's now working with the Chicago Bears. Soup, you know, had a nice pro football career. And, you know, beyond the statistics that Tuck has, you mentioned, he's seen a lot of life. And I would think if you're an athlete now, you should be a sponge, because this guy can tell you a lot.
Yeah, he's been great so far, just in the couple days he's been here already, just engaging with different people on campus. Obviously, he knows our guys and has been around our players before. But it's a huge attribute for our young players. I mean, what a coincidence to have such a young group, and here you have such a great role model that they understand who he is. They still remember who he was. That name resonates. Obviously, his picture and name is everywhere. So it's a huge coup for not only a program, but obviously for the department and the University of Wisconsin to have somebody like that coming back to help is terrific.
Yeah, it's exciting news, and I know that Lando's really excited to be back as well. Thanks a lot for your question. The Great Dane with the location up north in Wausau, as well as 4 in the Madison area, east side of town, downtown Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. Badgers taking on the Michigan Wolverines, a Sunday noon tip at the Kohl Center, and then we'll remain home on Thursday night, 6 o'clock tip time against the Purdue Boilermakers. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
Honoring all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. Every division, every sport, the Learfield Directors Cup. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook, find us online and on Twitter. The Learfield Directors Cup.
Family road trips just got a whole lot easier. The 2018 Nissan Rogue. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring technologies like available ProPilot Assist, which helps keep an eye on the road ahead and helps you stay centered while you're turning this lane into memory lane. Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
A pulse, felt by one, sends a ripple, felt by some. A shiver, felt by many, until it amplifies, magnifies into a tremor that electrifies. Badgers everywhere, moving as one, tilting the world on its axis.